Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Weekly Phoenix. I'm your host Wynand, and this week we'll be interviewing Mr. Jannie van Rooyen. He's one of our Phoenix Paranormal investigators, and he's been with the group since 2014, become an integral part of this little organization and a top investigator. I'll be asking him some questions, letting you guys get to know Jannie a little bit better. But before we do that, please subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so, and do drop us a like. It does help us out immensely. Jannie van Rooyen, thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing, sir?
Thanks for having me. Doing well, thank you.
Excellent. Well, Jannie, you've been an investigator with Phoenix Paranormal for a while now. So we just basically wanted to give a little bit of profile on Jannie van Rooyen and who he is in the group. So tell us a little bit about the paranormal life for you. Where did it all start for you?
Since I was a child, I was always interested in the paranormal. Things happened and couldn't be explained and stuff like that. And then I saw a post on Facebook when it was still the other team, and I joined them, and yeah, from there I'm hooked.
When was the first time that you had a paranormal experience?
Yes, I was small. I think 7, 8 years old, even maybe younger.
Yeah? What happened to you?
When I was very, very small, we used to live in a house. And I used to play by myself and everything, and there's this little boy playing with me the whole time. And every time my mom called me, I would go into the house and tell her I'm playing with my friend. And she'll keep telling me there's no friend. Understand? So there was a little boy I was playing with, but he wasn't there. So as a child, you don't understand. It's just a friend. You're playing.
Okay, did he have a name?
No. Well, you know kids, they just play. They
Yeah, that's
it's a friend.
It's interesting how with how many people that I've spoken to that actually has happened. That they had an imaginary friend when they were a kid, and then it turns out that there was no kid. So Jannie, what would you say is for you the scariest location that you've ever been to investigating?
Okay, for other people it won't be. What for me was 2 places. Linfield House and let me think, let's say Sprinkle.
Okay. Why the Linfield House? What?
There's just something dark about that place. You can't explain it, but it gives me the tingles when I go into the place. That's one place I won't walk around by myself. Set up cameras, stuff like that. I just don't want to if I don't have to.
Right. And Sprinkle, we obviously know that that's quite a hectic place. What did you experience there?
Okay, we saw shadow people. Okay, one person. Saw a little girl in the house. And it's just the atmosphere there is different. Because of the suicides, people that died of natural causes, but there's something more sinister about the place. But we didn't find out what was the sinister part of it, because you don't want to focus on that, because then you're going to go into the dark side of the paranormal. We rather keep what we know with and go with that.
All right.
So what would you say is the best place that you've ever investigated where you had a really good time?
Best place? Old Raadsaal.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It was different. The experience was different.
But
It was not like the usual investigation. It was tricky, and there was different things happening. So we basically chased it, and it chased us. So it was totally different investigation than you were used to.
Would you say more darker?
Yes, definitely. And that thing there is not scared.
Really?
Not scared.
What do you think it is?
I think it was something summoned there by the old regime. I think they also had their broederbond, something like that. They also experienced with the occults, but nobody will sal dit uitbring nie.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they did experience with the occult in some way. Experiment with the occult, sorry.
So just one entity then?
No, more than one. It's your normal entities that passed away, doesn't know they passed away. Like I said, I think something was summoned there. to protect secrets or something in that Old Raadsaal.
Crazy.
It's a different atmosphere. Have you been to the Old Raadsaal?
No, I've unfortunately not been there.
No, we must get in there. Then you know what the people are talking about.
Yeah.
The different vibe, the atmosphere, that energy. It's just different.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Now, Jannie, I think everybody knows out there that you've got a certain skill for being a very intense sensitive. What is the difference between that and being a medium?
I don't know. I don't claim to be a medium or a sensitive. It's just a passion for me to go into a place. And I think because that I'm willing to listen to them, they communicate with me. I think anybody that's willing to communicate with them, they will communicate with. Maybe there is something different about me, but I don't know. I'm just a normal human being as everybody else. But yeah, I sometimes feel things, but I don't know why. Nobody knows why.
But you say that you're willing to listen to them. Does that make it perhaps that your energy is more approachable?
I think so. I think so because I believe, and they know I believe. I'm not there to play around, stuff like that. I'm there to find out what's happening. I want to know the truth. And I think when my energy, my persona changes and I'm in an investigation mood and I'm just a different person when I investigate. And maybe then something changed in the energy field or something.
It's very interesting. Jannie, so have your skills developed over the years, the more investigations that you've done? Has it sort of enhanced your let's say, ability?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. In the beginning, you're scared a lot because you don't know what to accept. But like you know, as you do more and more investigations, you want that more of a rush, that more spooky experience. So you settle in more easier, not scared when you just investigate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think over time we've all become very, I want to use the term, but like hardened, you know. You close off all the channels, don't let anything attach themselves to you. I want to ask you about that experience that you had when we were at the old doctor's mansion. When the energy actually like transported to your own home in Pretoria while we were in Benoni.
Yeah. You see, my wife was sick and I couldn't go. So I tried to cut myself off the investigation. But like I'm a father figure in the group, like you know, I'll look after everybody, stuff like that. And something just kept on bothering me. It's like weird. I have to inform you, look out for this, look out for that, because I'm not there, because I really wanted to go, but family responsibility comes first. Unfortunately, I have to look after my wife and kids first before I can go on investigation. Yeah, weird stuff happened here.
But how? How's that? How and what happened?
See, that's the thing. It's the paranormal. We don't know if they can maybe travel through doors or portals from one place to another that we can't see or physically feel. But I went out to have a chat with you guys via the WhatsApp call and everything. And yeah, and I had to go check on my wife, and I went back in, and I was lying next to her on the bed, checking that she's fine and everything. And suddenly our bed broke, and it's an iron bed, so that thing can't break easily. So the next time we took it out and checked, all the beams underneath, just one straight line, snapped.
All the beams
All the beams
through the middle.
through the middle.
Unreal.
Because we had the bed about for 2 years,
Jeez.
and I don't think that a bad bed's lifespan is 2 years. I think it's longer.
Yeah.
But my son as well, he's also sensitive. Actually, more than me. He can feel stuff more and see stuff more than me. But I won't encourage him at the moment to go into the paranormal. But he also picked up that evening that something's around the house. And he just kept quiet because I told him, don't let other people know because they're scared. Because we'll talk on our private time, I'll speak to him if something happens to him. But he also felt something that night.
Really?
Do you think in some way that whatever was occupying the doctor's mansion found a way through to you guys?
Yes. remember, we connected as a family, our team. So if something happens to one of us, most of the times other people can also pick up something's wrong with this guy, or there's something wrong. And I think I picked up on the energy there, and he picked up that I picked up. That's why I said maybe they can travel through doors or portals that we can see. We never know.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't understand the paranormal world. There's no physical barrier for them.
Jannie, has anything happened to you regarding paranormal? Let's say, for instance, like an attachment or on an investigation, something happened to you?
Yes, we did an investigation close to where I'm staying at the house. And the house got like a crash. And just after that, a little girl moved into us in our house. And my wife heard her, my son heard her, my daughter heard her. Because she asked me one morning, Papa, wat maak jy? And my son was in the living room. I was just on myself, asseblief, hulle moenie gehoor het nie. And he came in running and said, Papa, wat 'n dogtertjies in die huis? I just sit here, oops, okay. But now we accepted her, and now and then she will come and say hello, but she doesn't bother us.
Interesting. So is he like a does he come and pass through?
Yeah, now and then she's here, she'll ask, what are you doing? Or hello, and she will come chat to my son and say, hello, Boetie. Like, she accepted us as her family.
Right.
So, why must I chase her away? She's not harming us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on that, what is your take on children, ghosts being children?
Okay, demons and bad energies can produce themselves as children because people trust children. But maybe there is real children that didn't know they passed away, that stayed behind. Even if they're innocent and stuff like that and are poor of soul, what prevents them from staying behind? But I'll be a bit careful when it comes to children because of demons and stuff like that like to come in the form as a child.
Right. Yeah. So just a fair warning, because you don't know what you're dealing with. Well, we had an interesting conversation the other week about the paranormal activity during the lockdown period. What's your take on that?
Definitely a spike in paranormal activity. Definitely.
Why is that?
I think because of the mood people are in. We were scared at the beginning. We didn't know what to expect, stuff like that. We were scared. We didn't know what's going to happen. And that caused emotions that we never had before, stuff like that. And I think that increased the energy for them to come forth.
Right. So like a little bit of a magnet.
Yeah, it's creating a field for them to ride on or something like that.
When was the first time that you actually felt scared of paranormal? Something paranormal happening?
Now I can remember that place's name. Victoria, that old house.
Melrose House.
Yeah, that place is my nemesis.
Really?
That place is my nemesis. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It's just something there that don't want me there.
That's.
You know what? Because I think, Jannie, there's a secret, there's a family secret buried in that house. Something with the father of the family or something like that. There's a heavy secret buried in that house, and I think that's why. Because you could probably go and unravel it.
I don't want to. That place is my nemesis. There's one place you won't get me in by myself. Sorry, Arnu. I'm not going to set up any cameras in that place for myself.
But let's chat about that for a minute, because it is a very, very big, eerie house. And we're talking so many old antiques, and it comes from a different period, and we have no idea what was going on in the households back then.
Yeah, see, where it comes back to me again is like a link. Old Raadsaal and Melrose House. The things they did for power. People do things for power to get ahead of other people. And I think they experimented also with occults and stuff like that. Because Old Raadsaal and Nara's house almost got the same type of feeling for me, that eeriness, but the energy is the same.
But if you look at it like that, they're actually quite close to each other. If you go look on a map, they're both in the CBD in Pretoria. I wonder how many other buildings will you find around there that has that same vibe, that's sort of connected in that way.
You'll never know because it's unexplainable. But okay, I work in head office, and there's even some energy there, but that's not evil energy. You can feel that people that passed away that was too much into their work. So,
Really?
but we can't get in there. Sorry.
Damn it. Yeah, but yes, I'm thinking about other venues around there. I just want to think now. What's that other place?
Even the train station is that old hotel there.
Yes.
Yes.
The Victoria Hotel as well.
Yeah, Victoria Hotel. And the
Yes.
station. There's a different energy around there.
Yeah.
It's like maybe they're on ley lines or something. But it's like Fort Klapperkop, all the forts that was built in Pretoria. They never see each other. So those people in those days that built the forts, that started Pretoria, they had information that we didn't have. We don't know what they had. Look at Fort Klapperkop when they built it. The structure, the engineering that went into that thing. It's amazing. You must actually go to Fort Klapperkop again for investigation, just to look at the engineering and stuff, and you'll see what we talk about.
Yeah.
Most people in the past had information we don't know they had. Personally, I think, if you look at the structural building and stuff, because they didn't have the technology we had.
So they had to be more innovative.
Yes, but why? How?
That's true. Because look at for instance the Voortrekker Monument.
Yes.
Such a strange structure.
Yes.
Almost like it makes me think of an altar, of some sort. And the ingenuity that you needed to apply to make the sun at the 16th of December shine through the roof onto that tablet. But yeah, taking those buildings into consideration and the architecture, I know that Herbert Baker has been involved in a lot of these the building of a lot of these specific buildings. Those weird structures, and of course the Gothic theme of it. And most of these places are reported to be haunted. Even in Joburg, there's a few buildings that he's been involved in as well, and they're all reported to be haunted.
Another thing is the material they use to build the buildings. Limestone, stuff like that. Because limestone can store energy,
Right.
according to the experts. So maybe that can help it on, something like that. Or
Yeah.
maybe they check to build it on ley lines.
Yeah, maybe you should go into that a little bit. Jannie, what's your take on a ley line? What is a ley line, and what is it spiritually used for?
Okay, what I understand ley lines is basically the natural magnetic fields of the Earth. So, like we believe magnetic forces help spirits to manifest. So of course they're going to use the natural energy around them to manifest. So I think if something is built on a ley line, they're going to use that energy.
Right. So they use it. You're saying that they're generating power from there to manifest.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question about the Breitenbach Theatre. What is your feel on the Breitenbach Theatre?
Nothing sinister. In the basement there's something dark, but not sinister. On top, I think there's a nurse and some kids. You know what kids I'm talking about? Ones who were there, and we saw it. We saw them run.
We saw the children run, yeah.
Yeah, and on my first investigation, there were big curtains. That stuff is heavy. As a joke, I asked the thing, pull the curtain, and they start pulling it. So I go, no way, this can't be happening. So I ask again, pull it again for me, and it happened again. So I checked if maybe a wind can't blow it from the outside, the big doors. And I stood there and felt, okay, there's a wind. I went in deeper and deeper, deeper. Still felt the wind. The curtains didn't move. Only when I asked her to move the curtains moved. So I tried to debunk it, but I couldn't debunk it. So then it becomes paranormal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, when all logic doesn't apply anymore. Interesting. Yeah, the Breitenbach is... But it's a little bit unnerving when you go in there. I think it's very intimidating with all the... It's very dense and dark.
Atmosphere.
Yes, there's
And
definitely...
usually because of movies, stuff happens in theaters. In your back mind, that also plays a part. But like you said, we get used to it. We cut out that feelings, those emotions, going to investigate.
Absolutely.
Jannie, how many times have you been scratched on an investigation?
I don't know. I can't count.
If since I've known you, it's probably been 3 or 4 times now. Different places. But always the Linfield house. They always end up scratching you there. And the other one is in a mental asylum that I know of. Yeah. So why do you think they scratch you?
Get attention.
Get attention.
But as you said, you're opening not opening yourself up, but you're inviting them to communicate. Is it do you feel it's like a aggressive approach?
Yeah, we can't say because we don't know what happened to them. Maybe we remind them of something or somebody that they didn't like. And what you're going to do if you don't like somebody, you're going to try to get rid of him. And the easiest way, if you're going to get hurt, you're going to leave a place and move out. But not us, we're too stupid.
Yeah.
We just carry on.
Yeah. Just keep coming back.
What I want to ask you now is, like, doesn't it bother you that you get scratched or that they sort of single you out? Does it ever bother you?
In the beginning, yes, but now not anymore.
It's just a seasoned investigator now. It's just, it's part of the job.
Shit happens.
It does. It really does. Jannie,
another thing I wanted to ask you is about what's your take on the kind of equipment that we use? What do you think is effective to investigate with?
Video, audio, EMF. I think basically all the stuff we use. Of course, we can show the viewers that things are happening. It's just not our feelings. It's scientific proof that things are happening with flair, like the hand against the wall. It's scientific proof. We can feel it, but the viewers isn't there to feel what we feel. So you can't use it as proof. So you need scientific proof to show to the viewers.
Yes. Yeah, and sort of, just share with people that the stuff is out there. And going back to the mental asylum, Jannie, did you ever feel like on a paranormal level, there was so many spirits there?
That place was insane. I had to single out, if I give them the permission to listen to them, I try to single out one voice and just concentrate on that, on one entity, that feeling I'm getting from them. I want to concentrate on one person, one thing that happened. Else you'll go mad. You'll go mad.
So many voices, probably.
It just pops up in your head and sounds like a choir.
I've had this discussion a few weeks ago with Anu and Charmaine, and the thing is, I sometimes feel that these spaces are occupied with a certain time and period, with people still living there, like sort of we're crossing over each other. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yes, I don't think there's no time and space for them. There's no time because they passed away. There's no physical body to age, stuff like that. Why will time have an influence on them? They don't care about time and space. I think only in our reality, time and space exists, not in theirs.
Right.
So they can be whatever they want to be, or wherever they want to be. Do you think that's maybe why they don't leave Earth, or refuse to go to heaven, or?
We won't know. We don't know what happened when we die. That's the big question we ask after to find out what happens.
Yeah.
So maybe they come through, maybe they are in heaven, but there's ways to come from heaven to earth to visit your family, friends, and they just come there for the kick of it, to come tease us. We don't know.
Right.
So maybe there's portals to much more than one universe. We don't know.
Sure.
Yes, yeah, that's the big question, hey, and I just feel we're no closer to knowing the answer.
We'll never know, right?
Never know. Unless one of us die and come and tells us exactly what's happening. But maybe there's rules on the other side that we're not allowed to tell the living what's happening.
Yes.
We don't know.
Yes.
Okay, let's take this hypothetical now. I'm gonna ask you. Let's say you can give one message to the group from the beyond. One word. What would it be?
Pineapple.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll know that it's Jannie then. We'll definitely know that it's Jannie. Jannie, thanks so very much for all your time. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope we can do this again. I don't know. What do you think?
You know, I don't like the camera and stuff. I just like to go on the investigation, get into different mode, and do the investigation.
Yeah.
But I'll do it again. For the team, I'll do it.
Ah, awesome, Jannie. Thanks so much. Man.
Pleasure.
All right. Cheers.